You feel it, that knot in your stomach, that racing heart, that tightness in your chest. The deadline looms. The bills pile up. The endless notifications buzz. You are stressed. For 99% of human history, this was not a hypothetical. This was every single day for roughly 300,000 years. But what if your stress response was different? What if your ancient ancestors experienced stress in a way that actually helped them rather than harmed them? What if the very mechanisms that cause you so much modern misery were once finely tuned survival tools? Let us explore the surprising evolutionary history of stress and why your brain's primal calm might be the key to unlocking your own resilience. For decades, scientists viewed stress as a universal, unchanging response, the fight or flight mechanism. This idea, popularized by physiologist Walter Cannon in the early 20th century, described how the body prepares for immediate danger. Your heart pounds, your muscles tense, your senses sharpen. This is a brilliant short-term survival strategy. It allows you to run from a predator or stand your ground in a confrontation. But it does not explain why modern stress, often chronic and psychological, leads to so many health problems. It does not explain why your body reacts to an email with the same intensity it once reserved for a saber-toothed cat. Recent research in neurobiology and anthropology has painted a more nuanced picture. Stress is not just one thing. It is a complex spectrum of responses, and our ancient ancestors had a much broader toolkit for dealing with it. One key insight comes from the work of neuroscientist Stephen Porges and his polyvagal theory. Porges argues that our nervous system has not just two, but three main pathways for responding to threat. The oldest, most primitive response is freeze or shutdown, a last resort when fight or flight is not possible. The fight or flight response is next, mobilizing energy for action. But the newest, most evolved pathway is the social engagement system. This system allows us to calm ourselves and others through connection, through facial expressions, vocal tone, and co-regulation. This social pathway is unique to mammals, and especially developed in humans. Imagine your ancient ancestors. They faced real immediate threats, predators, hunger, extreme weather. But these threats were often episodic. A chase, a hunt, a storm. After the danger passed, their bodies had powerful mechanisms for returning to a state of calm. They did not have chronic email stress. They had acute, intense stress, followed by periods of deep rest and social bonding. This is where the social engagement system comes in. Anthropological studies of modern hunter-gatherer societies, such as the Hadza of Tanzania, documented by anthropologist Frank Marlowe, show how communal living and constant social interaction act as powerful buffers against stress. When a Hadza hunter returns empty-handed, he does not face eviction or a bad performance review. He is met with empathy, shared resources, and the comfort of his group. The stress of failure is immediately mitigated by social support. This communal safety net was a fundamental part of ancient human life. So, let us reconstruct a stressful day in the life of your ancient ancestor. You wake up to the growl of a distant predator. Your heart races. Your muscles tense. Your senses are on high alert. This is the acute stress response, preparing you for fight or flight. You quickly gather your children and move to a safer location, your body flooded with adrenaline and cortisol. The danger passes. The predator moves on. Your body begins the process of returning to baseline. But this return to calm is not just passive. It is actively facilitated by your tribe. You sit by the campfire, sharing the story of your escape. Your companions listen, their faces reflecting empathy. They offer reassuring touches. They sing soothing songs. The rhythmic drumming and communal dancing of the evening further regulate your nervous system. This is the social engagement system at work, down-regulating your stress response through connection and co-regulation. Your brain is literally being rewired for calm by the presence of your community. The counterintuitive twist? Modern life, despite its comforts, often deprives us of these ancient stress-regulating mechanisms. We face chronic, low-level stressors, traffic, financial worries, social media pressures, but we often deal with them in isolation. We sit alone in our cars, alone in our offices, alone in front of our screens. We do not have a tribe to share our burdens, to offer physical comfort, to sing us soothing songs. Our social engagement system, designed to be our most powerful stress buffer, is often underutilized or even actively suppressed. Think about the difference between a modern stress response and an ancient one. Your ancient ancestor experienced intense, short bursts of stress, followed by immediate, powerful social support. Your modern brain experiences constant, low-level stress, often followed by isolation. Is it any wonder that chronic stress is such a pervasive problem today? Our biology is still wired for a world that no longer exists. This is not to say that ancient life was stress-free. Far from it. But the nature of the stressors and the available coping mechanisms were fundamentally different. Acute physical threats, while terrifying, had a clear beginning and end. The communal response to these threats was immediate and deeply ingrained. The very act of being part of a close-knit group, of sharing resources and responsibilities, was a constant source of co-regulation. Your brain's primal calm is still there, beneath layers of modern anxiety. It is the part of you that craves connection, that seeks comfort in touch, that finds solace in shared stories. It is the part that knows, deep down, that you are not meant to face your struggles alone. This ancient wisdom is encoded in your nervous system, waiting to be reactivated. Consider the simple act of a hug. When you hug someone you trust, your body releases oxytocin, a hormone that reduces stress and promotes bonding. This is a direct echo of the ancient co-regulation mechanisms that helped your ancestors calm their nervous systems after a threat. The physical touch, the shared warmth, the feeling of safety, these are primal antidotes to stress. The modern world often tells you to be strong, to be independent, to handle your problems alone. But your ancient brain knows better. It knows that true strength comes from connection, from vulnerability, from allowing others to support you. It knows that your nervous system is designed to heal in community. So, the next time you feel that familiar knot of stress, pause, take a deep breath, and remember your ancestors. Remember their resilience, their communal wisdom, their primal calm. Reach out to someone you trust. Share your burden. Allow yourself to be seen, to be heard, to be held. You are not alone in this. Your biology has been preparing you for connection for hundreds of thousands of years. Your brain's primal calm is not a relic of the past. It is a powerful living resource waiting for you to tap into it. Let's delve deeper into the science of this primal calm. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, a renowned trauma expert, emphasizes that trauma is stored in the body, not just the mind. His work highlights how the nervous system, when overwhelmed, can get stuck in a state of hyperarousal or shutdown. This is precisely what Porges's polyvagal theory explains. The social engagement system, when activated, can literally unstick the nervous system, bringing it back into a state of balance and safety. This is why human connection is not just comforting. It's physiologically essential for healing. Think about the subtle cues your body sends and receives during social interaction. The gentle rise and fall of a chest during a shared breath, the warmth of a hand on your arm, the soft, melodic tone of a comforting voice. These are all signals that activate the ventral vagal complex, the part of your nervous system responsible for feelings of safety and connection. Your ancestors mastered these subtle forms of communication long before complex language evolved. They understood that safety was a shared experience, built on mutual trust and reciprocal care. Consider the role of ritual and rhythm in ancient societies. Communal singing, dancing, and storytelling around the campfire were not just forms of entertainment. They were powerful co-regulation tools. The synchronized movements of dance, the rhythmic chanting of songs, the shared focus of a story, these activities fostered a sense of belonging and safety. They literally entrained the nervous systems of the group, bringing them into a state of collective calm. This is why music and dance still have such a profound impact on our emotional well-being today. Your body remembers these ancient rhythms. The modern world, with its emphasis on individual achievement and self-reliance, often disconnects us from these ancient sources of strength. We are encouraged to power through our stress, to handle it on our own. But this approach goes against our fundamental biology. Our nervous systems are wired for co-regulation, for finding safety in numbers, for healing in community. When we deny ourselves these connections, we are essentially fighting against our own evolutionary design. This is not to say that you should abandon personal responsibility or seek constant external validation. Rather, it's an invitation to integrate ancient wisdom with modern understanding, to recognize that your capacity for resilience is deeply intertwined with your capacity for connection, to understand that asking for help, sharing your vulnerability, and seeking comfort in others are not signs of weakness, but acts of profound strength. They are echoes of the survival strategies that allowed your ancestors to thrive in a world far more challenging than your own. Think about the feeling of being truly seen and heard by another person. That moment of deep empathy, when you know someone understands your struggle, is a powerful antidote to stress. It activates the same neural pathways that were forged around ancient campfires, reinforcing the message that you are not alone, that you are part of something larger than yourself. This is the essence of social buffering, The protective effect of social support on stress responses. Your brain's primal calm is a legacy, a gift from generations of ancestors who understood the profound power of connection. It's a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming challenges, you have an innate capacity to find peace, to heal, and to thrive. It's a call to embrace your human need for community, to seek out those connections that nourish your nervous system, and to allow yourself the grace of co-regulation. So, the next time you feel that familiar knot of stress, remember this ancient wisdom. Remember that your body is not designed to carry its burdens alone. Remember that your nervous system yearns for the soothing rhythm of connection. And remember that the path to calm often lies not in isolating yourself, but in reaching out, in sharing, in allowing yourself to be truly human. You feel it. That knot in your stomach, that racing heart, that tightness in your chest. But now, you also feel a quiet strength, a deep knowing that you are connected, resilient, and capable of finding your way back to calm.